Day 10 of Garden Rugby Skills, and today we're going to look at catching. Sounds simple, and for a lot of us it is, for a lot of you it is, but it's certainly something worth practicing, worth repeating over and over, reaching for the ball nice and early, making sure that we've got both hands receiving the ball, we've got targets, all those sorts of things. Practice, 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 and you never make mistakes. Okay, hope you enjoyed today's session. Little warm-up game for you. This is called the fumble game, the rules of which are relatively simple. Stand about 3 or 4 meters apart. It's easier if you're further apart. You stand with your feet shoulder width apart. The rules: if you catch the ball on the full, you get a point. If you force a fumble from your opponent, that means if you go to catch it and knock it on, or just don't catch it cleanly, then your opponent gets a point, or you get a point, sorry. You must bowl it underarm, so you can't just lob it as hard as you can overarm, and it must land. The first point of contact with the floor needs to be in between the player's legs. Here's a little demo of my wife and I playing, and me losing. Oh, 1-0 to you. Okay, first practice today is just reaching for the ball. It's really important to reach towards the ball, catch the ball early. One of the ways of doing that is just by repetition. So we're going to reach as far as we can, almost taking the mick out of how far you're reaching, really far. Catch the ball early and then just pass it back. Okay, nice and simple, nice and easy. Okay, we're working on catching today. The feeder in this practice is just going to give you a load of bad passes. We're going to start off facing this direction, and you're going to get a load of passes that arrive behind you. If you can catch these in a game whilst going at full speed, then that's beneficial, so you don't have to slow yourself down. So it's worth practicing. Let's have a look. Okay, now we're going to do some other bad passes, now down by your knees, so trying to start up in this position and then see how you react to the ball. Okay, and another fruity one here where the feeder's going to throw it as hard as they possibly can, and you're just going to practice trying to catch it. This is that pass that you're running really fast and they just fire at you. Your feeder might like this one. Looking at catching today, one of the catches that we do is obviously the normal passing, but we're going to look today at the high catch, really useful for fullbacks or anyone in the backfield, but also for second rows or forwards catching a restart. Just have a look at a couple of these exercises. Okay, simple one to start with, just catching the ball above your head. Okay. Okay, next one, we're looking to turn sideways and cradle the ball, catching it nicely in our arms. Okay, notice that we're reaching towards the ball, we're looking straight up at the ball, and we're getting underneath it as we're receiving it. Okay, the reason we turn side on is so that if you drop it, it goes sideways or backwards, whereas if I'm facing this way and I drop it, it goes forwards. Okay, have a go at those two. As with all these ideas, feel free to make them harder. Throw the ball higher, get a partner to throw it up, throw the ball over your shoulder for the high catch, run onto the ball and jump into the air and try and catch it. It's harder to catch the ball above your head than it is cradling it in your arms, like that digger bucket. So if you can run, jump and catch the ball above your head, almost like an Aussie rules player, that's preferable to just catching it in the bucket. So have a go at doing that as well. With all the passing activities, or receiving a bad pass, those sorts of things, if you've got the space and you've got someone that will do it with you, then practice them on the run. Sprinting is even better. Certainly for our Langley boys, receiving a bad pass is something you need to practice a lot of, because we seem to get quite a lot of them. Okay, but certainly keep practicing bad passes, practicing those high catches if you're in those positions, or even if you're not in those positions. I hope you enjoyed today.